An important visit at a critical time. Rafael Grossi, the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, arrived in Tehran on Saturday ahead of Iran's plan to partly suspend his agency's inspections of its nuclear facilities. Early on Sunday, Grossi sat down with the head of Iran's Atomic Energy Organization to discuss what happens next to his inspectors. The Director General also met Foreign Minister Javad Zarif before heading back to Vienna. And the outcome of those meetings is that the IAEA reached a temporary bilateral technical understanding with Iranian officials, which will allow the agency to continue its monitoring of Tehran's nuclear program.
The hope of the IAEA has been to be able to stabilize a situation which was very unstable. And I think this technical understanding does it so that other political consultations at other levels can take place, and most importantly, we can avoid a situation in which we would have been, in practical terms, flying blind.
Officials have said as of February 23rd, Iran will no longer abide by the additional protocols of the Non-Proliferation Treaty because the United States left the 2015 nuclear deal and imposed tough new economic sanctions on Iran's oil and banking sector. This decision is part of a bill which Parliament passed in December in an attempt to force the United States to lift some of those sanctions and return to the nuclear deal. Foreign Minister Javad Zarif is not optimistic anything will happen before that deadline.
Nothing has changed. Biden claims that Trump's policy of maximum pressure was maximum failure. Blinken also just recently said that that policy failed. But for all practical purposes, they're pursuing the same policy. They haven't changed that policy.
The new restrictions mean IAEA inspectors will no longer be allowed to make surprise visits to any of Iran's 6 declared nuclear facilities, and they won't have access to any other sensitive or military sites either. They will also be denied access to the 24-hour surveillance cameras at those sites. With less than 4 months left in office, the Rouhani administration was hesitant at first to implement the bill which had passed in Parliament. But after the endorsement of the Supreme Leader, the president had no choice. Now the government is hoping that the new administration in Washington will lift some of the sanctions which have cost Iran an estimated $1 trillion. Or President Rouhani's 8-year term will end with a failed nuclear deal and a crumbling economy. Dorsa, Jabbari, Al Jazeera, Tehran.